Oh. Now, before I start, I want to preface something real quick, which is that there are a lot of things that you guys are discussing currently at chat that I'll just say I won't cover for certain reasons that, you know, might actually kinda, might be problematic for my channel if I cover. Well, this definitely won't make it to the final cut, so I'll just say it now. I'm not gonna talk about towers. I'm definitely not gonna talk about tower because tower content hasn't been released. Pretty much everything else I can still talk about, but anything relating to tower, I probably won't talk about. We're just gonna pretend that tower doesn't exist, and the only thing that we know that is related to tower is that there's one mysterious new Meow Metal, and in the cat description, Oriel has a third form. That's all we know. We know nothing else. We absolutely know nothing else here, okay? Let's just be clear here. I know nothing about tower or anything. Yeah, I don't know what a tower is actually. What the fuck is a tower? I've never heard of that word before. The tower was deleted and no longer exists, basically. So yes, that's a prefacing statement before I start. I mean, of course, it's easily deducible that like there's one new hidden Meow Metal and Oriel gets a new form. It's pretty obvious on what's happening, but for legal reasons, let's just say that there's nothing going on. Let me move to my screen first. Hold on. Ooh, okay, hello. I'm Kirihime is there. Yeah, it took me a while to figure her out. Her sprite was like missing from OBS for some reason. Anyways, we're talking about Pizza Tower, right? Actually, I that's one of the things that I actually kind of want to talk about. Did you guys see? Pizza Tower got nominated for like debut indie game of the year or something like that. Like it's not even like indie game of the year or something. It's like debut indie game or something. It's weird. I don't understand it. Let me see. Like, oops. Like, best debut indie game? What the hell does this mean? What do you mean my best debut indie game? Why don't you put it on just best indie game? Please. But anyways, hopefully Pizza Tower wins. So, that's cool. Pizza Tower sweep, hopefully. Everybody, people are really just talking about Pizza Tower for this. Pizza Tower was like trending in my place because of the Game Awards. it's really funny. I've never seen any of the other games, just Pizza Tower. I think I've seen a little bit of like Dredge and one of them. What was it again? Oops. I've seen a little bit of Venba. I know Viewfinder because I know Vinny made fun of it. I've never heard of Cocoon. That's something that I've never heard about. Oh, speaking of, this is the only tower that I know actually. It's not there's no such thing as Heavenly or Infernal Tower. It's just Pizza Tower. It's just that. Did you just say you didn't know what a tower was? This is the only tower I know. It's just Pizza Tower. That's it. Remember the one BCU video where the guy made force form for the basic cats that are all insane? We'll get into that. Anyways, should I stall? I'm tempted to just stall for a little bit. I wanna stall and maybe just waiting for people to come in and also talk about some stuff, I guess. Question mark. Actually, what do I even want to talk about? Well, there is the Game Awards. Do you guys even care about the Game Awards? I mean, I think most people probably don't care. I personally don't care too much either, but I think it's just funny to see Pizza Tower there and just imagining like people going like, yeah, Pizza Tower, let's go, and McPick having to go in to actually like receive an award if he wins. There's a chance that he might not actually win, because if I'm not mistaken, the way Game Awards work is that like it's like 90% from like certain people and like 10% of community voting. So like our votes might not actually matter. I only care about Pizza Tower in the Game Awards, basically, yeah. I'm a little bit surprised. I think did Baldur's Gate even get nominated at all? Because I don't think it did, right? I'm pretty sure Baldur's Gate also technically counts as an indie game too. And I'm surprised that's not anywhere. I don't think Baldur's Gate was anywhere, right? Or was it somewhere? I think it was on like, maybe it was on like best like RPG or something like that, but it's like not really nominated much, which is insane, because like people fucking love Baldur's Gate. But I don't think I see it. Baldur's Gate is like 4 different categories. Wait, really? Okay, I may be blind then. But I'm pretty sure the developers, well, Larian Studio is the one who created Baldur's Gate, right? It's technically an indie, I'm pretty sure, right? It doesn't look like an indie game, but I'm pretty sure the studio itself is indie. Meanwhile, Dave the Diver got nominated for indie game, even though the developers for Dave the Diver are not indie. Heavy Game of the Year. That's also another thing that I actually want to talk about, which is that in like an hour, there's Nintendo is gonna stream about Nintendo's gonna stream about indie game stuff, if I'm not mistaken. What's it called? Hold on, I have the tab open. The Indie World. Yeah, Nintendo's gonna stream Indie World in like an hour. Frankly, I might take a break and just check if Tevi is there. Like, I legit might just like pause the stream for a little bit just so that I can check if Tevi is there, or if there's like Silk Song news. But that's like unlikely. It's unlikely that we're gonna have Silk Song news, but just in case. I heard something like modding consoles illegal in Japan. I didn't read into it, but saw an article about it. What's that? Wait, what does that have to do with anything? Least brainless collapse stages. Look, man, they're pushing me back, right? What is something else that I want to talk about? All right, I did say multiple times before that I'm gonna do a stream about my Europe trip. That hasn't been worked on in forever. I'm starting to think that might not actually happen, but we'll see, I guess. I'm still not fully sure. I think that might not actually happen. But I did recently went on like a company outing. I recently went to like a company outing with people that I've never talked. It's a bit awkward, it's a bit weird, but it's oddly fun. You know, one of those things where, okay, well, actually, maybe you guys, I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but it's like, the company outing happened in like weekends, and although technically it's an outing, it's like, you know, you're having fun, you're having activities and all that stuff, it almost feels like a chore, and it almost feels like, damn, they took my weekend away from me. But the worst part is, it's not because of like, oh man, weekend is where I'm like supposed to like, I feel like my mindset is so warped where I feel like weekend isn't even a time to like relax, and weekend is time for me to create more videos, which is a little bit fucked if you think about it. Like, Jesus, I'm like so fucked where any little free time that I have, I only think about making videos. Man. Hi, Brad. Oh yeah, and it's also we are getting to the end of the year, so we might get the super feline jump scare back. Okay, there we go. Can we roll in this collab? I'll probably sometime later. You know, earlier, before I decided to stream on 13.0, I was actually thinking of streaming. I was actually thinking of streaming UL. I was actually thinking of streaming Humanity Catified, but then I'm like, I'm gonna stream 13.0 because it's topical. And also, I was already planning to make like an early 13.0 impression video. So, okay, let's just start to the 13.0 thing while I explain my mindset a little bit. So 13.0 for JP just dropped, right? 13.0 for JP just dropped, and I don't want to go too in-depth on like everything. Well, okay, every time I say that, it ended up being like a 4-hour stream, but trust me, I don't want to go too in-depth about it. I don't want to go too in-depth with like the stats and like every stage and all that stuff. There's not that much like new stages or anything anyways, and you know, it doesn't exist, right? It doesn't exist. There's no new stages, right? Legally speaking, there's no new stages. So I don't want to go too in-depth about it. The main thing that the main focus that I want to talk about for the stream is generally, I guess, like my opinion on this update, rather than what's in this update. Obviously, I'm also going to talk about what's in this update, but I'm not gonna... that's not my main focus. I think my main focus would be just thinking about the update in general. Hold on, there's something I want to write down. Okay. I don't want to go too in-depth 10-hour stream. God. It's always like that, but hopefully not. Hopefully not. Anyways, so 13.0 did just drop, and here we go. All right, there we go. Okay, this 13.0 again. I'm using the wiki as usual. I have omitted some stuff on the page using inspect element so that it doesn't show certain things. But yeah, this is 13.0 update. This is the banner that Polos has created for the update. This is about, of course, the fourth form, as you guys have already probably known. You guys have already probably seen this. Oops, hold on. You guys have probably already seen this. This is the big thing about this update, which is that it introduces fourth form. It unable to flash translation. Okay. Yanko Great War, updated version 13.0. A further evolution fourth form has been added. There's also many additional elements in the time, such as increase in the maximum number of entry slots. I don't actually know what that means. But yeah. So, the big thing is indeed fourth form. I can't believe it's real. Oh my god, I almost forgot to notify Discord again. This is the second time in a row that I did this. Hold on, I need to notify Discord. Give me a second. Last time when I streamed the Cappy Junior one, I just left the message on Discord and I forgot to press enter. This time I actually remember. Hold on, give me a second. Discussing 13.0. I'm late at notifying again. Sorry, but I'm still alive. Okay. Okay, there we go. Anyways, so yeah, the main thing is indeed the fourth form. Some unit gets an extra form that you can get by, like, for example here, Dioramos. You can see here there's now, for example, for Dioramos, there's now a talent and an evolve button side by side, and you can press it and there you go, you can see the usual upgrade screen just like normal. And yes, spoilers, Dioramos gets a fourth form. The background is like red and fiery, and that's kind of cool. That's really neat. Yeah, that's cool. That's pretty sick. I really like the background. Like, look at that. That background is really cool. From yellow to like red hot. That's like actually like really sick. Some people already also has pointed out like so this is like this is what you see in like the cat guide now. You can see like 1, 2, 3, 4. AK or what I better call it, it's a piss chart. It's literally just a piss chart. It's gonna go from like overhydrated to very dehydrated. That's what it is. That's the whole chart. Domer, thank you for the Prime sub. I don't have to make fourth form also locked behind Dark Cat's eyes. Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll get into that. But yeah, so main selling point of this update is the fourth form. The 3 main units that gets the fourth form is Oda, Windy, and Dioramos. I guess I'll still go through like pretty much what's going on in this update, but yeah. Oda, main thing that he gets is a search counter. So that's interesting. He also gets target Aku. That's the main 2 thing that he gets. Search counter works basically as you'd expect from enemy search counter. If Oda gets search, Oda searches back. It's as simple as that. Also, if you're wondering, unfortunately, a search that spawns from counter search does not trigger another counter search. So unfortunately, you're not gonna get a search ping pong. That is very unfortunate. Again, I don't want to go too in depth about like, oh, what can Oda use or whatever. It's like you get the gist. You get the gist. If Oda gets search, he searches back. That search can freeze, and now that search can freeze Aku as well. Oda's surge is very long. His knockback increase, his HP increase. He doesn't have surge immunity because he needs to actually receive the surge to actually counter the surge back. Fori, thank you for the Prime sub. Hope you enjoy your emotes. Anyways, yeah. Windy, main thing that she gets is a range increase and also a TBA decrease. I think her base damage is still the same, but the range increase is the big one. And the other big one is this. She turns from massive damage to insane damage, so her damage against specifically floating becomes really, really big. Her damage against other traits generally don't change too much. It definitely still changed because of her TBA decrease, but the main thing is her range increase, I think. And also she gets more clothing, yes. So, people have already told me about this. I know. I have also pointed this out already. She gets more clothes in her true form, which is something that I've already said before, that this is something that I've personally wanted from a Galaxy Gals form, is that I want their higher forms to have more clothes and to be more like futuristic and all that stuff. And Windy gets exactly that. And not only that, Windy gets a shorter hair, which is so fucking adorable. I actually love it. I love that she gets shorter hair. It's super cute. Give me a second. Look at that. Hold on. But, oops, hold on. Oops, hold on. Fuck. Okay, look at that. She has short hair. That's so cute. But yeah, it's like she gets like more futuristic looking clothings. She gets short hair, super cute, super cool stuff. I really like the design. I'm really happy with the direction that they took for this design. I really like it. They really committed to the Neptunia forms. I think they could commit a little bit more, but I think I'm pretty happy with what it is. I'm pretty happy with it. Finally, Windy didn't forget her clothes. She can finally survive the winter. And then the other one is, of course, Dioramos. Dioramos gets... wait, no, sorry. Yeah, Dioramos. Dioramos gets also another form. Well, okay, I should probably also show Oda's new form as well. Bertop, thank you for the Twitch Prime as well. Hope you enjoy your emote. This is Oda's new form. He gets edgier, I guess. That's cool. I think like his previously he has an eye. He has a third eye in his forehead. Yeah. So he has a third eye in his forehead in the middle, and then that eye gets transferred like upwards. That eye becomes like in the chest on the top instead of on the forehead. So that's cool too, I guess. Dio Ramos also gets a true form. Someone said Dio Ramos looks like Kyurem. I'm not really sure exactly. I'm not really a Pokemon guy, but someone said he's Kyurem or something. I don't know. But he's cool. He's more fiery. The main thing that I already talked about what Windy and Dio Ramos get. Sorry, I already talked about what Windy and Oda get. Dio Ramos is actually kind of interesting. He gains basically like an extending LD attack, kind of like Phonoa. So his attack is like, let me get it. Where is it? His attack basically now gets like split into 3. Not really split. More like he gets additional. He gets additional attack. So, I think in here. Okay, hold on. Why is it 480? Okay, so in here, you see his attack. He has like 3 stages to his attack, so it's like 1, 2, 3. So that's cool. Yeah, so basically he has okay. So here I think it's a bit hard to see, but so that's the initial attack. It breaks the barrier. And then there's a second attack over there. The second attack that knocks back the sunfish. And then a third attack that breaks another barrier. So yeah, it's 3 hit multi-hit, and it's extending LD. That's pretty cool. Why is Sans T-posing in the... What? What are you talking about? Wait, hold on. Oh shit, it's broken again. Okay, there we go. Whoops. Anyways. What was I again? Yeah, okay. So Dio Ramos, I guess I'll just show the stats. Hold on. Dio Ramos? Okay, there we go. So is it here already? Yeah, it is. Okay. So yeah, you can see here it's a multi-hit. It goes from the first hit is why did it move? The first hit is 400 to 411, second hit is 200 to 500, third hit is 290 to 590. This does also mean that since his first attack is one range, that means that if Dio Ramos is hitting the base, he basically gets the Nala treatment, where he just stands literally right in front of the base. I'm not sure if you can see it here. So yeah, you see where he stands right now? You see where he's standing? He's standing right in front of the base. Okay, like he's still moving. There we go. He finally stopped. He literally stands like in the base because of that. Because his inner LD is 1. He has to keep on moving until he's right in front of the base. So that's funny. But yeah, that's the main thing that is going on in this update, which is the 4th form. To unlock the 4th form, you need level 60. Basically the same as Ultra Talent. You need level 60 to unlock the 4th form. 4th form does introduce something more interesting than like Ultra Talent, because Ultra Talent does have like limited things that they can change. Plus Ultra Talent also requires NP, which not a lot of people probably have. Meanwhile, something like Cat Fruits and Behemoth Stones are something that people can actually grind. 4th form allows things like Windy gaining range, which is something that talents cannot do, or Dio Ramos gaining like LD multi-hit. That's also something that talents cannot do. Animation change is also something that talents cannot do. So that is pretty cool. I think people do like people generally do like the idea of fourth form. Aside from fourth form, the update also has true form for Frosty Kai. Frosty Kai's true form is mainly just stat increase. I think it's pretty good stat increase. Her stat increase is pretty huge, especially for someone that has a 2-type typing. Her speed is like really high for some reason. I don't know, but she's zooming. And also Uriel has the third form in Cat Guide that, you know, legally speaking, I cannot show. Just know that if you look at the Cat Guide and you look at Uriel, you'll see a blank third form. That's all I can say without crossing certain NDAs. Basic talent-wise, main 2 talents that we get are from Deal and Ragnarok. The main thing that Ragnarok gets is curse immunity, which is funny because, you know, if Ragnarok gets cursed, then he won't be able to attack, so that's kind of funny. The other thing that Deal mainly gets is wave immunity. That's basically the only interesting thing. Deal does do like a somewhat respectable damage, so you can kind of use her for like a wave immune unit, but wave immune in 2023 is very, very common, so maybe you're not too interested in that. Momotaro gets an ultra talent. The main thing that he gets is wave immune, a chance to knock back, which I don't think people are gonna get, and also a level 2 mini wave, which is kind of a shame because level 2 is really short. Probably not something people are gonna be interested in. Enemies, I can't show these, unfortunately. These are things that you cannot legally know. Stages New Edition, there are, of course, something that, once again, I cannot legally acknowledge. But there's a new Zero Legends chapter that I'm pretty sure most people is not really interested in. I've seen people talk about this new Zero Legends chapter being, like, really just boring and really easy. Nobody cares about the new Zero Legend. We got new 4 crowns up to Bazaar of Pirate King in between Truth and Light, and, you know, definitely not something related to Uriel. UR reward, we got a 20 plus 90 for Super Feline Cap. That's mainly the only interesting thing, and also a new cat combo. I think this is like Weaken with Emma, yeah. Emma, Harbinger, and Minna gets Weaken L. It's it's Weaken, whatever. And that's about it. So, what do you guys think about this update? I want to hear what you guys think about this update. I think generally people do like the 4th forms. I think people are pretty hyped with the 4th forms, right? Next update is the end of 4 Crown UL. Yeah, I think they might hold back on 4 Crown UL. I wouldn't be surprised if if UL 49's 4 Crown is gonna get like held back for like quite a while. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. 4th form looks cool but grindy as fuck. I actually disagree about it being grindy, sorta. Well, okay, Dark Eyes wise, I agree it is grindy, but in like, we haven't gotten cat fruit usages in a while, frankly, and I'm glad that we got more reason to use cat fruit. The fact that you can't show things is painful though. Pono's something too hard. To be fair, there's only like one main thing that I can't show, and I know it's like a big thing, but I can live with that. 4th form form is gonna break the whole game. 4 forms are game changing. I love the backgrounds of the ultra forms. It's really good, yeah. Also, yeah, I think Wiki called this ultra forms, which I'm going to refuse to call it ultra forms. I'm just going to call it 4th forms until we get like a translation to EN. This update really disappoints me because the 4th form looks really underwhelming of how much boost and resources they'll need. They look so bad. I disagree. I think, like, cat size is one thing, but at least it doesn't require NP. The form requirement is like, this is cheap. Like, like, this is cheap. All things considered, this is really cheap. The only main thing that you're gonna need is like 2 gold, but like by the time you're able to unlock a 4th form for Dio Ramos, I think 2 gold is a pretty cheap price to pay. As for Windy, there's gold fruit, but honestly, I also think that, like, at this point, if you're already getting like a bunch of dark eyes, I think sparing 1 gold fruit is not that hard. I guess like 20 greens is a lot, but it's not, okay, it's not cheap, but I don't think it's like expensive. I still think like the main expensive thing that you would need to spend is like the dark eyes, but I think it's okay. Like, I just think that we need Labyrinth back. I think we just need to Labyrinth to return more. Where the fuck is Labyrinth? Oh, you know, one thing that I should mention about Windy's true form, something that I should probably mention before I forgot. You remember how Windy's true form changes her ability from massive damage to insane damage? This means that if you put talent orbs, if you put a massive damage floating orb on Windy, like this person does, this orb doesn't function. This orb becomes useless. Which is very stupid. It's I hope Ponos does something about this, because this is like actually really stupid. But okay, well, in fairness, I have not actually tested this in I have not seen people doing like calculations for this. I've not seen people doing calculation for this, but I'm pretty sure people have talked about this and how massive damage orb doesn't actually work for like insane damage. And if that really is the truth, then yes, your massive damage orb will actually be useless, and that's really stupid. No more massive damage combo 2 for Windy's 4th form. Yeah. Insane damage orb is better than damage up orb S. Yeah, but you're still like missing out on like, yeah, you already grinded for Windy's S floating orb, and now you're just gonna have to like take it out, and that's like a shame. You're only missing out an 8% DPS increase at maximum. 8% is not bad. 8% is pretty good. Also, what was I saying again already? What the fuck was I saying? What were I talking about? Oh yeah, it's not, the true form requirement is relatively cheap-ish. 10 red is easy, 10 purple is easy, 10 blue is a little bit harder, but it's still pretty easy. 3 Aku fruits is unfortunately probably the hardest thing to grind here, but it's still pretty standard. So yeah, I think the true form requirement isn't that crazy aside from the dark eyes. It's just the dark eyes. But yeah, I think in general people do like this update, right? I think people do generally enjoy the idea of 4th form and everything. I do think that 4th form is pretty interesting in a way where you basically get like an extra second chance for units to like improve again. But we all I do wonder, because like we already have ultra talents. Why are you doing this? Okay, I will say like the nuance of 4th form is cool. Having a new design I think is really cool. I really like new design. Like that's one thing that Ultra Talent cannot do. Having new design is cool. Being able to completely change a unit is cool. That's fine and all, but you've already done Ultra Talents, and you've only done this to like a select few. Why don't you continue with Ultra Talents first a little bit more before jumping into 4th form? I don't understand that. Not only that, and this is probably one of my biggest complaint. Well now, okay, not only that, okay, this is not my biggest complaint, but the fact that it requires yet another level 60 is very stupid. it's so dumb. I think it's so dumb that it requires level 60 again. Because I feel like JP players don't complain because JP players are big whales and they keep on getting dark eyes. Like EN players are not whales. EN players don't whale at all. We're lacking dark eyes like crazy, and our only main source of dark eyes is Labyrinth. JP player, Korean player, Taiwan player are like massive whale. This guy has 120 dark eyes. And this guy has 120 dark eyes. They are not going to lack dark eyes. EN players are like struggling to even get like legend eyes at the first place. EN players are like struggling to get our eyes in general. And I think Pono simply do not care about us not being able to get dark eyes that easily. And I think it's a shame that you're really locking these Ubers from from having a redemption by locking them in essentially something that is pay to win, and something that like at least give us Labyrinth, at least give us back Labyrinth. I have 50 dark eyes, and 50 dark eyes is not enough to true form all of these. 50 dark eyes is enough to get 3 units. With 50 dark eyes, you can get 3 units to either Ultra Talent or level 60. Oh, you're interested in Ku, Anubis, and Akira? That's it. You can't true form anything else. You can't Ultra Talent anything else. Oh, you level 60 with the Dio Ramos and Oda? Oh, you can't get any other Ultra Talents now. That's 50 eyes down the drain. Why would I want all of them? And that's the other thing. The problem is not, it's so fucking limited that all of these are like basically useless now because of how limited everything is. If Warstorm is locked behind UL player and you can use normal UR to level 60 is way better. That's debatable. It's just that it's just so fucking lame. And I think this, okay, looking at like cats with Ultra Talents, okay, like we got 8 so far. How many of these are like actually relevant? Ku, Anubis. That's about it. Well, like, okay, Wallrock Ultra Talent is good. Coppermine Ultra Talent is pretty decent. Akira's Ultra Talent is pretty good. But aside from like the first month of update day, nobody really talks about it anymore. I don't really see people using it anymore. I guess like you can kind of say the same with Ku, but I still use Ku, so that's one thing. But the problem with like the one big problem with Ultra Talents is this guy gets it the worst. Units like Ultraland Pasaland gets it the worst because no matter how good it is simply not worth the 15 Dark Eyes because he does not benefit from the 15 Dark Eyes at all. Unless he became a stat-based unit, he's not benefiting from getting Dark Eye, so there's like basically no reason to Dark Eyes Nekoluga. Something like Ku and Anubis, they benefit from getting high level, so you do have an incentive to actually level 60 them, but there's very little incentive to level 60 a CC unit. And the only one that is able to actually, that kind of was able to somewhat do it was Coppermine. Because Coppermine is a CC unit, but luckily Coppermine does have damage, and she actually was somewhat able to get that damage to use when it comes to Ultra Talent, but even then, right now, nobody really uses Coppermine. It's just that the fact that you needed to be at a really, really high level when stats doesn't actually matter for some of these units are just really lame. Non-stat unit gets screwed up hard. Yeah, it's like you already had a mistake with Ultra Talents and you repeat the exact same mistake with fourth forms, and it's crazy. But that's not my biggest complaint. My biggest complaint is, okay, are you looking at this update? You look at all the units in this update. Frosty Kai, Oda, Windy, Dio Ramos, Ragnarok, Dio, Momotaro. You know what all of these have in common? All of these are Ubers. What happened to this guy? What happened to this guy? What happened to this guy? What are we getting? I know, like, not everyone do like no Uber and stuff like that, you know. It's like it's just a specific amount of certain people that only cares about like non-Uber stuff. But where the fuck are these guys? Where are they? Where are they? What the fuck? Like, you have already given us a concept to fix a unit twice. Okay, you already gave us a concept to fix a unit using True Form, and then you gave us another concept to fix a unit using Talents, and then you add another concept of fixing unit with Ultra Talents, and then you gave us another concept of fixing a unit again with Fourth Form, and you left Rover and Shigong to the dust? Why? Like, you gave Ultra Talents only to Ubers. You gave Fourth Forms only to Ubers. What the hell happened to the non-Ubers? I was hoping that Ultra Talents would come to like Super Rares or Rares at one point. But clearly it's not coming. Clearly this is like only Ubers now, isn't it? Like, this has to be only Ubers at this point, isn't it? What the fuck is going on with like our non-Uber stuff? I'll be honest with you, I don't really care that much about these stuff, because like, I like the concept, but then thinking about it again, and I'm like, if this doesn't come to non-Uber stuff, then I'm not interested in the concept anymore. Because I'm interested in non-Uber stuff. I'm interested in having, like, Shigong and Rover having another chance. I'm interested in basic cats getting another chance. I'm interested in, like, a more, like, I don't know, like, SOL Legend getting another chance. Things like Mina, Musashi, Ururun getting another chance, because now they're getting outshined by UL Legends. Where are their talents? We haven't even gotten a basic talent for them. We haven't even gotten like a basic talent for basic cats. We haven't even gotten a Fourth Form for basic cats. All you're doing are just giving things to Ubers. It's Uber this, Uber that. Everything for this update is just Ubers. Literally, this entire page is just Ubers. Where's everything else? There's no new advents, there's no new advent True Forms, there's no new talents for just basic gacha. There's no new talent for anything special. It's just Ubers. And I know that, like, I know you want money. Like, I understand that. I understand that you need profit. But surely you can give love to non-Uber stuff too. Surely you can give a little bit more effort into giving non-Uber stuff something more interesting. The past, like, okay, it felt like ever since like Aku Realms, ever since like after Aku Realms, after we get like Belly Dancer and Fiend, we basically get like, the only non-Ubers things that we get are Behemoth Eggs. Aside from Behemoth Eggs, we basically got like almost nothing. The only other thing is, I guess, like Cone and Jetpack. But aside from that, we basically get nothing. We don't get like new talents. We don't get Fourth Forms. We don't get Ultra Talents for Rares or Super Rares. All we get are Behemoth Eggs. Except for He Who Shall Not Be Named. Yes. But that's a discussion for another day, right? That's a discussion for another day. And that still doesn't make my complaint any less valid, in my opinion. They added Ultra Talents for Ubers to fix them, but instead finishing that, they adding Fourth Forms. Exactly. Like, you already have this as a concept, as for like fixing a unit and making things interesting. but you suddenly jump over a new thing to fix something instead of using what you already have. And it's like you're clearly just fishing for money. It's like kind of a shame. I don't know, man. This update is like... This update... I want to like this update because fourth form is such a meme. Like, people have joked about fourth form for like the end of time. Like we've already joked about this sort of shit for like forever, right? This is the ugliest design ever, by the way. I'm sorry to whoever designed this. The shit looks ugly as fuck. But this is like such a big joke. And it's kind of like Bean Cat's true form, where it's like, we've been waiting for this to happen in so long, and then it finally happened, and it's like, okay, it's kinda cool, but you could have done so much more, and you chose to not do that. Why? I don't... Like, it's so disappointing. The concept of this update is so cool, yet the execution for everything is so fucking lame. It's so lame. I don't know. I want to like this update, but I hate it. I actually just don't like it. I don't like this update. Unless the next couple of updates, they start to introduce this to like non-Uber units, then I might forgive this update. If like 13.1 or 2 or 3 gave us like fourth forms for like basic cats, or for like certain cool rares or super rares, then I might forgive this update. And frankly, they should have done this update. They should have done that this update. And the fact that they already not do that this update is already fucking stupid. But if they continue to only do this to Ubers, then this is definitely an update that I'll absolutely hate. If this is Uber exclusive, I'll actually hate this. I actually genuinely would hate this so much. I would hate this over behemoths. I prefer them to make every update or two centered around a specific team instead of adding small random things and new concept. I mean, I don't think this is like a small random thing though. This is a pretty big thing. But it's just lame. It's just lame. You think units will get Ultra Talent, get fourth form? Will they have one or another? I'm sure they'll get both. And frankly, I don't really care if they do get both or if it's exclusive. They might get both in like a very long time. Like again, we only have 8 Ultra Talent units. We only have 8. We got like hundreds of Ubers. We got so much Ubers. That by the time that a unit that with both Ultra Talent and Talents level 60 exists, it might be a very, very long time. But yeah, nah. You know, like even aside, like even non-Uber aside, we haven't even gotten true form for like Fest units. We haven't even gotten true form for like Gao and Mitama. Like that unit's already been like really old by now. At 14, oh whoops. Oh yeah, whoops, sorry, 14. Yeah, there's a couple more. But yeah, it's like it's still aside from like these 14 Ultra Talent units, there's like we haven't even gotten anything for like Gao and Mitama, let alone non-Uber units. It's just lame. Do they really need a true form? I don't think they necessarily need it, but they definitely, I think it will be more interesting to do that first before jumping into a new concept that we really don't even need at this point yet still. And I just want basic cast to be more relevant, honestly. Like, is that so hard to ask? We haven't used anything aside from Eraser in like 10 years. Eraser is the only basic cast people have used in the past decade. It would be nice if we get something more, you know? And I think just I feel like I don't know. Like, we already have concepts to make units interesting. We already have existing concepts to make interesting. Why do you need another new concept for this? And one that is like locked behind semi-paywall. Like, come on. Addition to fourth form just feels like arbitrary power creep when regular ultra talents exist. Yes, exactly. I think that's the word that I'm looking for. It's arbitrary. You really don't need this. It is very arbitrary. Maybe because people max out fast units, people want to use less relevant units as well. I understand that. But nowadays, Gao and Mitama isn't even used that much. Like, let's be real here. Let's be real here. Aside from, like, the generic, you know, Dastly, Balrog, Yuki, most other Ubers get shafted anyways. So I think it's fine to give like older fest units true forms. And we haven't gotten Labyrinth in months, yeah. Most of the gacha rares are not used at all. Yeah, like you could have when you know you could have done this to like fucking like Bodhisattva or Delinquent Cat or stuff like that. But no, it's only Ubers, it's only locked to level 60, and then you do it again. Like, brother, what the fuck? When are monthly getting talents? That too. We haven't even gotten true forms for certain monthly. We haven't even gotten true form for like what's his name? The delivery cat? Food stall cat, yeah. We haven't even gotten true form for this guy. And this guy's like one of the more like valid monthly cat. And like could have gotten an actual relatively solid true form, but no. No, let's do fourth forms. Fuck off. No true form for Marshmallow either. Yeah. It's I don't know. This update is so mixed. I don't like it. I don't like it. I really don't like it. I think the concept is cool, but the fact that it's Uber only is it just ruins literally everything. The fact that it's Uber only, it ruins everything. I do hope that there's a small chance that it's not actually Uber only, and that surprise, we actually gave fourth form to like Bodhisattva, haha, gotcha, and like, okay, that'll be cool. But looking at what's going on with Ultra Talent, and looking at what's going on with fourth forms, that seems unlikely. It might not actually happen. I have a very, very tiny hope. But that hope is very, very tiny. And frankly, I don't think it's happening. It's just a prank, bro. We have fourth form for Buddha. I hope so. That would be the good ending. That would be the good ending. But man, this update sucks. I want to like this update, but I actually hate it. I hate this update so much. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I hope they're gonna change this attitude and give us better updates in the future. I hope so too. Again, it's like the hype is there. It's misplaced. It's so lame that it's only Uber only. I'm mad. I'm so mad. I think we're gonna get Ultras and fourth form, but I think Supercat will get a true form soon. I hope so. Supercat hasn't gotten a true form in so long. Absolutely stoked for Almighty's fourth form. We'll add 2 butterflies next to them. Like, no stats change whatsoever. It just gives another butterfly. Is Supercat from Puffly? Yeah, Supercat is from Puffly. We did get Beancat's true form and it has a very old unit, for example. I mean, yeah, but I feel like that's kind of expected. I feel like Bean Cat's getting like not. I feel like Bean Cat's not getting a true form is kind of like Pono's kind of just like, oh shit, right, we have this unit that it's not like true form, we need to do something about this, rather than like, oh, here's a cool new concept. Because what happened to Bean Cat's true form? Nobody uses it. You know, the one thing that they actually was able to do right on like making old units good is Special Cat's talent. Special Cat's talent is like the one time where they actually bring old units and make them like, hey, this is a proper unit now. And we're not afraid to make them like actually really strong. They actually succeeded with Special Cat's talent. Yes, some Special Cat's talent still ended up getting unused, but even then, some of the like meme ones are still like actually relatively usable, and half of the others actually ends up being pretty good. Even though they're like really old unit. So they definitely can do these sort of stuff. They definitely have the ability to like bring back like old units to make them relevant again. But they just don't do that for some reason. I don't understand why, and the only thing that they care about are Ubers. All they care about are just Ubers. Oh shit, wait, no, I can't show that. Fuck, I shouldn't have refreshed. I shouldn't have refreshed the page. I'm gonna stay here. But yeah, this is just the update, just the Uber update. Literally just that. What just happened? I scrolled down and showed a new unit. I shouldn't be showing that. But yeah. How would 444 non-Ubers be unlocked? Level 60 is much easier to achieve. You can just put it to like level 70 to rares and like level 80 to level 80 to rares and level 70 for super rares or something. I don't fucking care. Like, you can also just not give it a level thing. Just not make it a level 60 thing. You know, that would definitely be better. And I think like, especially when it comes to like fourth forms, because if you look at it, things like just basic true form and talents are unlocked at level 30 for every rarity. So I think if every rarity is also getting like extra form or extra talent in level 60 for every rarity, I think that's just fair game. And frankly, I don't think anyone would complain. Who the fuck would complain? Nobody would complain. It's a win-win for everyone. I don't think fourth forms are a bad idea. They're just introduced in the wrong way at the wrong time. If it's exclusively for Ubers, it's not a wrong way or a wrong time. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. If they proved me wrong and gave me a non-Uber's fourth form, sure, maybe it's a wrong way to introduce it. But if this is only for Ubers, it's just wrong. It's just stupid. And frankly, it's clearly just greedy. If fourth forms are introduced first for rare, it would be a lot better. Absolutely. I would not really have any complaint if they gave us like literally any non-Ubers fourth forms, because I think that would be actually hype. But introducing it with just go past that. Okay, just this. Introducing it with just these three Ubers is like, okay, Oda being like the meme Uber, fair enough. And then Windy and Dioramos also being like the not super top tier Ubers, fair enough. But what about the rares and super rares? Where are they? Where the fuck are they? I'm okay with it being Uber only. Lower rarity fourth form is gonna be sloppy. What do you mean by sloppy? The main thing about fourth forms I'm stoked hypothetically is to get ultra manic stages. That would be kind of cool. Having like an extra layer of that would be kind of cool. Forum should have been introduced for things like normal, special, cat food, and craze. Yeah, I do genuinely think so. I don't think Manics really need like an update. I think Manics are... Yeah, sure, they're like less used now, but I think from where they are right now, generally they're okay. sure, you got things like Manic, like Dark, but I think most Manics are like at like an okay standing. Even if they're not used that much, I think they're at like an okay standing. Basic cats, however, that's definitely not used. They just keep on pumping things to Ubers when it's too much is too much, yeah. I don't know, it's just... like... Okay, look at the thing on the right here. Look at this. You seeing this right now? Who's on festival? Okay, I don't know why this is a festival gross, but... You want someone to improve? We have one right here. We have this cat right here. She's been neglected in forever. You could have done something to her. You could have given her talents. You could have given her another form. But no, give the Uber more forms. Give the Uber ultra talents. Fuck off. Fuck off. See how talents salvage little cats? Normal cats sure do deserve to have talents. Yeah, it's like... just basic talents. Already save little cats. Already save purchasable special cats. And instead they gave an entirely new concept to units that doesn't really need it. What the fuck? How long will this rant be in the highlights? I do hope I'll make this as soon as possible because this is topical. And the more topical it is, the more views I get. Hell yeah. Drink water. Yeah, I should drink water. Hold on, give me a second. Okay. But yeah, I think that's mainly my rant. It's... yeah, this update sucks. This update sucks. I hate this update. Man, I don't know if I... okay, this might not go into highlights because I don't know if he wants me to talk about this, but... you guys know Caxer? You guys know Caxer, right? Or at least maybe some of you know, but knows Caxer. You know, when this update dropped, he completely stopped playing Battle Cats. He gave away his save file. He gave away his save file. He's had enough. Oh, but that's not actually like one of the main thing that also does it. The other thing, is also Greenstone Desert gets nerfed this update. Greenstone Desert gets nerfed this update, and he did not like that at one bit. Because that's like one of the only actually challenging stone stage, if I'm not mistaken, and he's like, what the fuck, why is it nerfed? He might return, and I think he's still gonna be like checking stuff on BCU. But for now, his save file is being his save file is being kept on someone else. Who is this unknown guy? Caxer is basically a guide maker. If you know Woofa, he's basically as old as Woofa in terms of like player base. He's like one of like the OG guide maker. Like he's one of the earliest guide maker ever. Caxer and Woofa are basically like the duo of the first guide makers ever, essentially. He's an OG. He's like an OG. He's like super OG. People don't know the Angry Bird within our community, yeah. What happened to Woofa? Woofa's still playing. Woofa's still like touching the game once in a while. Was he the one who beat NPA on release on No Uber? Yep, he's basically the first one to ever actually beat on No Plan A, No Uber. He's the first one to actually figure out how to use Awakened Bahamut. Okay, I think that's about all that I want to talk about for this update. Oh shit! Wait, Indie World is up. Fuck! I gotta watch this. Wait. God damn! What did I miss? Anything special? Okay, no, I don't think so. Did I? No, I don't think so. Backpack Hero. Shantae, Core Keeper. Is there any Tevi news? There's no Tevi news, is there? Yeah, okay, I don't think there's... Damn. Not yet Tevi news, at least. It's only been going for like 13 minutes. Indie World reaction stream. Should I actually... I mean, I could just put it up here. Hold on. I'm gonna put this on mute, but just so that I can kind of see. I'm just gonna put this on mute while I watch what's happening. Anyways, something else that I want to talk about. Oh, I do have a talk topic actually. I do have a talk topic that I want to talk about. But maybe later. What else did I wanna... Oh yeah, you know, speaking of Tevi, Tevi's releasing in like 2 weeks. You guys know that? Tevi's releasing in like 2 weeks. Guys, Tevi is releasing in 2 weeks. I can't believe it. Tevi in 2 weeks. It's finally happening. Tevi in 9 days. Oh man, I can't fucking wait for this game. I can't wait for this game. Tevi releasing in 2 weeks, I haven't finished the demo. Go do it. Go to the demo. The demo is literally... The demo is free. The demo is free. Also, there's fucking voice acting. It's insane that there's voice acting. It's crazy. Wait. You know... This guy is getting voiced by the guy who voiced Gintama. Isn't that insane? Also, Dio is also in here. Where is it? No. Not here. Like, isn't that fucking insane voice acting? Anyways, heavy hype. Oh no, wait, I think this is Dio actually. Like that's literally just Dio. by literally Dio, I mean that's literally Dio's voice actor. Isn't that insane? Man, I can't wait for this game to go out. This game looked so fucking good. I can't wait for this game to come out. Man, I cannot wait for Tevi to come out. You guys should buy Tevi. You guys should wishlist Tevi right now. Just fucking go here. Wishlist Tevi now. The demo is free, by the way. Look at that. Download Tevi demo. It's free. You can download the Tevi demo for free. It's like hours of demo. It's free. Buy it. Not sponsored? Actually not sponsored. I just love this game. I just love this game because I love Robbie Reedy and it's the same developer and everything. And they knocked it out of the park. And I want this game to succeed. So yeah. You should add Tevi to the 13.0 video. I should just add the Tevi shell at the end of 13.0 video, yeah. More clothes for Battle Cats and more clothes for Tevi, man. Okay, I do have a talk topic that I want to talk about. It'll be a pretty short one, I guess, but... but I do kind of want to look at the... I do kind of want to look at indie... Okay, I'll have Indie World like playing at the second monitor at the side so that I can see at the corner of my eye if Tevi is playing. But otherwise, there is something that I want to talk about, and that thing is how do I start this actually? How do I? You have a second monitor? Wow, you're rich. The second monitor is like $10. Legit. I went online. I searched for monitor. I sort by price. I take like the cheapest price that is not like a monitor casing. I just bought like the cheapest monitor ever. It's basically like a second-hand small ass monitor, and it's like already half broken. I only bought this monitor so that I can look at people's chat when I'm streaming. Oh shit, Outer Wilds, that's cool. Okay, anyways. What I wanted to talk about, and I'm not sure how to do this exactly. Hold on, give me. I guess we'll close Firefox and I guess we'll boot up Battle Cats again. Hold on. Eh? Wait, what happened? Wait, what? What's going on? Oh, right, fuck, the phone is unplugged. Hold on, give me a second. Let me read out Battle Cats again. Here we go. Should do it, and now... Okay, show up, please, Battle Cats. Show up. Where are you? Hello? What the fuck? What? Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright. So, I guess I'll just... This is probably just gonna be a short talk topic. It's not really a big talk topic, and it's more like just kind of like a funny observation sort of thing, rather than like a full-on out talk topic. This is something that I've already think about for a long while, but frankly, this is something that I only kind of remember because of a comment that I received in a video. Let me see if I can show the comment. Hold on. Oops, that's not it. Wait, can you guys see that? Oh, no, wait, you can't. Wait, hold on. Okay, so there's a comment that I saw recently that kind of like sparked this whole thing that I want to talk about. Well, I already wanted to talk about this for a while, but this made me want to talk about it again. This is the comment. Honestly, the only reason Battle Cats has survived as long as it has is because it has strategy involved to make it interesting, but doesn't actually give you any of the information necessary to form a proper strategy which inspires people to look online for stuff and get involved with the community. As stupid as I think it is, the fact that they don't give you any unit stats may have single-handedly started the whole BC community. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about this? Oh, did Indie World end? Oh my god, there's no Tevi? And there's no Silk Song? Oh my goodness. Damn, unfortunate. I don't know, actually fair enough, not even wrong, base, true. Yeah, that's basically what I said too. I replied to the comments. I said that I 100% agree. Ironically, I think the lack of stats is exactly why BC community is as into the game as is. It's unfortunate, but it actually is how it is. The fact that BC gives you like no stats to work with, it essentially makes the player want to go online and look look for stats, right? Because I think that's also how I basically discovered Battle Cats. Is that like I keep on playing the game. I think like almost everybody's exposure to Battle Cats. Okay, yeah. I guess like tell me if you agree on this. What is your first exposure to Battle Cats community in general, or like Battle Cats content in general? Is it searching to how to beat Moon? Is it searching how to beat Bun Bun? How many of you was exposed to like Battle Cats YouTube because you're searching how to beat EOC 3 Moon Bun Bun? That's exactly what I did. Yep. Yes. Yeah. That's also basically how I discovered Goofa. That's the first time I discovered Battle Cats YouTube. I get stuck on Bun Bun, and I'm like, how the fuck do I beat this guy? Let me look up an online guide. Oh my god, there's like an intricate like treasure thing. There's like a way to like need shield? What the hell is that? There's like a community going on? Oh my goodness, I need like to ask people about this. I think the first stage that actually really got me into the Battle Cats community is Chubby B Goody. If you don't remember what that is, it's the first stage where you fight Kamel. I got hard stuck on that level because that stage took like insanely forever if you don't know how to actually beat the stage. And looking up the fact that like, oh my god, there's like intricate strategies involved is what actually got me into the Battle Cats Reddit and eventually the Battle Cats Discord. Ufa's Craze Cat video? Yeah, that's also another big one, isn't it? Mine was a sponsored video? Oh. Wait, who... If your first sponsored video, who was it? I think I was searching to be about Moon 1 because I was expecting it to be hard. That's fair enough. I still remember that I got into Battle Cats due to Robbie Reeby. Yeah, you're one of a kind on that. The first thing I saw was Google strategy videos? Really? Interesting. Speed Silver, who's that? I'm not sure if I heard of that. Okay, so I assume it's just like a common common YouTuber who's sponsored by Battle Cats, I see. I knew this because of Game Time? I don't know what that is. But yeah, it's just that it's really funny how like the fact that the game has like very little information is what actually gets like the players together. You don't know how good a unit is. You don't know how to like judge a unit in general. That's why people search for like best Uber Cats ever, Battle Cats 2023, full meta, whatever, tier list and stuff like that, right? Because the game doesn't provide the stats to you. And so it is very difficult to actually judge a unit. And people have to look up online to understand these sort of units without having to like browse the wiki and looking at every single units, right? And even then, it's like not only is it about like looking up stats, it's not only about looking up stats, it's also about creating the environment where you can view these stats at the first place. Basically what I'm saying is that things like, you know, things like BCU, the Battle Cats wiki, and all those jazz, I think might not actually exist if Battle Cats already have stats at the first place, because I think there's just no incentive to actually create them at the first place when you can just view everything in-game. But since you can't view those things in-game, I think some people are like, oh man, I gotta contribute to this community, and I gotta make sure people actually know about these things, you know? I think that, like, ironically, I think that just the fact that these stats don't exist in-game, I feel like if these stats do exist in-game, things like the Battle Cats wiki, the BCU, My Gamma Toto, the Battle Cats DB Speaker, all of these sort of stuff might not actually exist. How do they know unit stats? And that's going to another thing that I want to talk about, which is that they would generally have to like deep dive into the game's files and all that stuff. They would have to like try to unpack the APK and all that jazz. And that also creates things like catbot. Like if you have ever used like Discord catbot, that's what you know. Those sort of stuff are also created so that people can look up stats easier. And these sort of stuff probably wouldn't happen if you can already look up stats in game. Wait, what? Wait, something's playing in the background. What's going on? Wait, what? What's playing in the background? Oh, I opened another tab of Indie World. Whoops! I suddenly ominously heard Peggy 16. I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? Anyways, so you know another really there's already like a very good example of another game where this sort of thing happened. And you know what that is? It's Minecraft. I think Minecraft got like basically the exact same thing, where you would look up things in Minecraft because the Minecraft game literally gives you nothing to work with. Minecraft gives you nothing to work with in game. Very little. There's like very little context clues and all that stuff, but for the most part, you just have to learn everything by yourself. Especially back at the old days, where there's like no crafting book and all that stuff. It's like you have to look stuff up online. They don't show stats as well, yeah. It's like, okay, they show like minimum amount of stats. They show like a very tiny bit, but for the most part, they basically show nothing, right? And I think that's also why the Minecraft community grows, because they have to. They're forced to grow. Like, they have to create these sort of stuff, or else people just won't know shit, right? 10-year-old me looking up how to craft a fence, right? It's like you're exposed to like these communities, these people, these like resources, like the wikis and YouTubers and all that jazz, like the community and everything, because you're forced to, because the game doesn't tell you. Like, you have to do it. Unfortunately, that's just how it is, right? So it may be like, it sucks that BattleCats doesn't show stats, but ironically, it is what actually shapes the BattleCats community as is. Back in my day, we didn't have a crafting book. Yeah, exactly. It's like, the fact that you didn't have crafting book is what gets people to like, oh my god, I need to look things up online. How to make a redstone diamond farm. But yeah, it's like, the fact that there's like very little things to work with in-game forces you to look for external tools. And that's actually, ironically, what's building the BattleCats community. It sucks, but it is what it is. This may be an extreme comparison, but one thing that I could kind of... it's kind of like... Okay, this is a very extreme comparison. But it's kind of like imagining where if you grow up to be like a successful, wealthy person, a very well-adjusted man with like a loving partner, a great friend and all that stuff, because you have an amazing discipline and everything. You're a very disciplined man, you're very honest and everything, but the reason why you're so disciplined and why you're so honest and everything is because you got beaten up as a child. You understand what I mean? It's like, it sucks that you have to get beaten up as a child to go through these. You have to get like a PTSD from like getting the belt by your parents. But you grow up as a good person because of it. But wouldn't it be nice if you don't get beaten up by your parents as a child and still become like a well-adjusted person in the future? It's like, yeah, it works, but it would be nice if there's another way, right? It sucks though. It sucks, but it does work, and that's probably why it sucks even more. Like, it's a very extreme example, right? It's a very extreme example. Like, please don't beat your kids in the future. It's bad. Please try to find a way to improve your kids without beating them up, right? But like, it unfortunately works, right? But yeah, I think it is the unfortunate truth. That being said, as someone who's already pointed out, that doesn't excuse enemy dictionary being this shitty. enemy dictionary should still be fixed. This is not like you should still. This just sucks. This just sucks. Your whole topic reminds me of Trash Taste episode where they talk about each teaching their kids by beating them up. I think it's a pretty recent episode, right? I think Joey talked about how like his dad like punched him in the shoulder or something like that, right? Lucas said to beat my child. No, please don't beat your child. Please, this is not advice. Do not beat your child, please. Sorry, son, Lucas knows best. No, my god. Can you imagine just like years in the future and like everybody, like a bunch of children, like a whole generation gets fucked because I told people to beat their kids? It should still be like Cat Dictionary. I don't care much of stats, but at least see which enemies' abilities and stuff, yeah. They should give us seasonal enemy section just to fix the enemy guide in general, yeah. I don't think they need to give us seasonal enemies, but it definitely would be a great plus. Okay, anyways, I think... Is there anything to talk about, like, regarding that kind of stuff? It's like, you guys do generally agree with that, right? You guys do generally agree with the the statement, I guess, that like it's unfortunate truth. It's the unfortunate truth that the lack of information in the game is actually what got us close together. It's literally what builds the community. It's unfortunate, and it would be nice if the community can grow because of other reason. But for what it's worth, it actually is what's like the first thing that gets the community together, unfortunately. They should add the status enemies and our cats for checking. Just like Cat Dictionary, they can add checkmark to decide whether event bosses appear in enemy dictionary. That is true, yeah. Like I said, I think it would be nice, but I don't think it's absolutely needed. I think the main thing, like my main complaint about enemy guide is not about like the lack of enemies or anything. It's just that this is ugly. And this is terrible to search enemies for. This is terrible to just like go through in general. Like this is just bad UI. That's literally just it. It's just bad UI. I didn't even know Can was good before I knew more about the community. Yeah, it's like, it pulls people together, unfortunately. Fortunately and unfortunately. Fortunately, you know, it builds the community as what it is. And it's like, the Battle Cats community is actually like, very, what do you call it? Very hardworking. Honestly, like, there's not a lot of other games that has like, the amount of resources we have is actually insane. The fact that we have so much resources, we have My Gamatoto for checking stats, we have Battlecat Speak Out for Japanese people checking stats, we have Catbot for Discord, we have the fact that we even have BCU, with a whole ass program to emulate Battlecats and to check stats and everything. It's like insane. The amount of work that the community puts is actually insane. But it all comes from the fact that this game refuses to give us stats. Like, that's insane. And the wiki people are a great example too. Yeah, it's like they put a lot of effort into like the 13.0 update page that I showed earlier. Like every update page have already been like super clean and everything. It's really good looking. Strategies page nowadays in the wiki also gets like, let me show like I generally don't care too much about like the strategies and all that stuff, but like look at that, like these are like clean. I generally wouldn't really tell people to look at strategies on the wiki, but the fact that they made like these like clean UI to like for like lineup examples and everything, like this is you're putting in work for these sort of stuff. Like people really get together to make Battlecat's like information to be as open as possible and to be unique and great looking as possible. It's amazing. Feels like Portmanos doesn't pay to the attention to the community anymore. This is why you see no comments of them replying to other people now. Yeah. But yeah, it's like the community has bonded very well and they've put in a lot of work. And unfortunately, the reason for that is because the game itself doesn't put in work. And it's weird. It's like the fact that this game is so dogshit at giving information actually builds our community. It's very interesting, but it's also pretty ironic and pretty unfortunate. I haven't seen LucasIV in ages, and the first thing I see is now seemingly recommending the wiki of all things for strategies. No. I'm not recommending wiki strategies. I'm just saying wiki puts work in their pages. That's all. Even the strategy guides works to show us how level usually plays out, even if we don't end up using that strat. Yeah, it's like you can kind of get the general gist still. We built what others can't, basically. Yeah, but yeah. I think that's about it that I want to talk about for now. I don't really have anything else that I want to talk about. Well, I mean, there are some things that I want to talk about, but I don't think I'm talking about it now. I think I've talked enough. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm not really sure if there's any more like extra comments about this topic. I do hope that the 13.0 video is probably gonna come out soon. Hopefully, I don't know. I'll see about it. What happens? Whatever, man. Okay. Anyways, let's rate. Who do I rate? Oh, Spooky's playing Battlecats. Okay, I'm rating Spooky's then. Give me a second. Okay, rate Spooky. Ask I think for 100 bits. Offside will we play heavy on stream when it comes on? Absolutely. You bet your ass I'm playing that shit. I'm okay. The thing is, I will be so tempted to play off stream because I will definitely non-stop think about Tevi, and I will definitely be super tempted to play off stream because I want to just play the game without having to be constricted by only doing it on stream. But oh man, you bet the rest I'm at least making content about it. Anyways, thank you for coming to the stream. Oops, sorry. As usual, if you have my emote, you can use that for rate message. If you don't have my emote, you can use that for my rate message. And yeah, Spooky's currently playing 13.0 content. I think he's playing the new ZL. Be nice, don't be weird, and all this stuff. Whatever. Blah 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 blah. See ya. Goodbye. Yeah. Bye bye.